the gold driver. Let's give it a whirl. Boom, that is crushed. So I bought a brand new driver from Amazon. It caught my attention because of the unique looks, but also it seems to kind of have it all. Let me read you some of the spiel. It's got a cut face design, super lightweight head, large sweet spot, a 460cc sized head, low center of gravity, and speed channels. That's impressive. What's more impressive is how much it cost, because this driver only cost me £87, or for you guys in the US, $100. The reason I say that is because it looks unbelievably unique. Check this out. This is a driver that has a gold face, a gold bottom, and it looks pretty impressive. I mean, it's got kind of all the attributes to a driver that would be hundreds of pounds. So what I'm intrigued to know is, does it perform? Is it any good on the golf course? Does it break? Does it actually work? Or is it just a complete gimmick? Is it the shiny gold that's attracted me to this driver rather than anything else? Because I've never really bought a driver from Amazon, and it'd be interesting to see if this is a good route to go down, or whether it'd be better to get maybe a second-hand premium driver. So I'm going to take it on the course and test it. And you know something else I think I'll do on the golf course? I think I'll try and get it into the hands of some local golfers, because one thing I'm interested to know is how much do they think it's worth? I might go to them and see, let them hit it, and see if they can guess that I only spent $100 on this driver, because for me it looks like it's way more expensive. Okay, so we're down here at the golf course at Marriott Worsley Park, ready to give this gold driver a smash. I didn't come with a head cover, so I've had to put one of my own on. Check out that. In the sunshine, it's even more shiny and gold than it was in the studio. This is one good looking club. By the way, if I forgot to mention, guys, my name's Rick Shiels. If you're new to the channel, make sure you like and subscribe and leave me a comment down below. Now, before getting on the course, I'm going to give it a bit of a hit on the range. First impressions look good. I like the crown of the driver. It's got a good looking shape to it. It's got like a little bit of a blue twinge, which blended in with the gold face looks actually pretty special. Shaft looks okay, decent enough. Grip looks tacky and solid. The only one thing, the telltale sign of a cheap club, is the smell of a grip. That is awful. Smells like lighter fluid. Yeah, that's a sign of a bit of a cheap club. But if that's the only sign I've got at the moment, it's not too bad. Right, let's see how it flies, let's see how it sounds. Let's see what this driver from Amazon has to offer. Yeah, I like that shape behind the ball. Okay, hopefully it doesn't break and hopefully it doesn't sound too ridiculous. Okay, two things. It sounded ridiculous and that went a long way to the right. Let's hit a few more, see if I can time it slightly better. I middled that. I don't know if you can make out that stripe mark on the gold face. A little stripe mark there, only just toe of centre, but that went a long way right, and I've got to admit that sounded awful. That's better. That's crushed actually. Right, that was absolutely munched. First couple of shots were bad. I couldn't quite get the timing, but after a few more shots, that impressed me more than I expected. Don't think the distance is massive, and I think I need to test it out on the golf course. Sound is definitely on the high side. It's quite, it's not a particularly appetizing sound, but again, does that massively matter for a driver like this? Now, there are a few guys on the driving range here. I might get their opinion on this driver, see if they can maybe guess how much it's worth and whether they'd be willing to give it a hit. I'm changing my mind with it. I started off negatively, but it's swayed me after some good hits with this. Right, so gents, I'm going to show you this driver. Yeah, I'd be surprised if you knew anything about it or ever seen it before. I'm going to give you some spiel and then see if you can maybe guess how much it's costs. So this is quite an unusual looking driver. What's the first thing that you kind of notice that's unusual? The gold. It's quite out there, isn't it? Yeah. Something you'd want to use in the bag, or is that a bit too flash?
No, not really, no. I think Strix have brought something like this out a few years ago with like a more conventional headed driver.
So it features cup face design, super lightweight head, large sweet spot, which is 460cc, low centre of gravity, and it includes speed channels. It's Mazel, the brand, titanium. Any ideas on prices? If you were to guess how much that would cost?
800 quid.
£800.
It's sort of almost impossible with something that you've never heard of before. It could be, you know.
Is it real gold?
It's not real gold.
350.
Okay.
It's hard to tell, isn't it?
Is that a driver that you think, well, actually, it looks quite nice, it looks quite flash. Maybe I could give it a whirl.
It looks the part, yeah.
It looks the
looks
part.
good.
So this is where I stand with it. I was exactly like you. I saw it online, I saw the gold, and I was like, that's got to be £800. I saw the price, I thought, that is £800. Wasn't. It was £86.70 or something stupid. It was £90, right? I've just hit a few. It seems all right, but like for 90 quid. But you're right. For me, there was two things. The description, it dresses it up as something that's way more appealing. I think the looks of it is way more appealing. But then, how hard is it to predict a price on something that you've not heard a brand from? It's so hard. Yeah. What do you find the most challenging part of buying new clubs is? What would you say the most challenging part is? So you go into a golf shop, do you get confused with it all?
Yeah, because it's too much, isn't it? That's the problem. It is difficult. There's so much stuff to choose from. I suppose you've got to sort of pitch your price and then go and be fitted for it.
One of the things that I was interested in when I got this driver was, what is this perception? If, let's say, again, take ourselves, we're all established golfers, I guess. So if you're brand new, you don't know your Callaway, your TaylorMades and all those guys. Like, how hard is it to start? It's so challenging. Thanks for your time, gents.
Okay, thank you.
That was really interesting hearing the guys. And I think one of the challenges that we have as golfers is not getting too bogged down with the spiel, the looks of products. But to be fair, Max has just hit it and he bombed it. He's a good player, to be fair, but he hit it well. I think the idea that a price of a driver, so one of the guys said, the guy who said it was 800 quid, he would have said he would have hit the driver if it was 800 quid, but he didn't want to hit it because it was less than 100 quid. That's an interesting point as well. Right, anyway, I think we've got enough of the guys chatting about the prices. I think it's confused a lot of people. I've been up and down with the performance. I've hit some bombs, but I've also hit some stinkers. So I think there's only one more thing to do. Let's get on the golf course. Let's compare it to my driver. Let's go 3 with each and see how it actually does on distance. Let's give it a whirl. The gold driver. Okay, on the course, I'm going to do a test with my current driver, the Cobra, versus the gold Amazon driver. I'm going to hit 4 with each down this first hole here at the Marriott Worsley Park. I've got the Garmin G80 down for ball speed, but really this test is going to be on distance. So I've marked 4 of the golf balls up with a G, which is for your gold driver, and the other 4 are just blanked for the Cobra. I think to make this fair, I'm going to go alternate between the two, but to make it fair, I'm going to flip a coin. Let's go heads for gold. So heads it is, gold driver first. I'm going to alternate then to the Cobra. This will be interesting because this is not fitted for me. It was, bought from Amazon for £90 or $100. I tell you what, out in that sunshine, that is one shiny face. That really is. So a couple of things I noticed, it is a little bit shorter than what I'd normally use. But apart from that, same loft, not exactly the same shaft. But all that being said, let's see what it does on performance and distance. Right, I'll call out the ball speed here, but like I say, we'll see the distances once we get down there. Boom, that is crushed. Just a little bit down the left side, but not bad. 161 miles per hour ball speed. That is exactly where I like to be with a driver. Right, Cobra up next. Definitely sounded better, but actually looks like it's a bit more offline. 163 ball speed. It pipped the gold on ball speed. It's a good drive. That might be a lost ball there for the Cobra. 163 ball speed. There's a difference in ball speed, but that shot was more offline. That is absolutely perfect. 162 for the gold driver. Tell you what, that last drive with the gold one is probably maybe one of the best drives I've hit all year. It was absolutely crushed. That sound is still dreadful, but it just again just goes to show, you know, if you can make decent connection, a lot of these clubs do work. Right, let's go Cobra. Okay, Cobra's come back there with an absolute monster. Okay, last round. But I'll tell you what, consistency of ball speed has been great. 162. Right, last one for the Cobra. Well, my current driver. The driver that costs £350 has been spec'd out, ready for me. And that is not a great finishing shot. That might have found its way into the trees. Right, let's get down there. Again, fastest ball speed. Let's get down there and see what the results look like. This could be interesting. Okay, so we've got down to the fairway and I've had a check. The results are crazy. Gold one, smack bang in the middle of the fairway, great drive. Level with a gold one just in the rough. Two very good hits for this hole. Now they are level with two of the Cobras here on the left hand side, not in the fairway, and one more gold. So this kind of bunch of, let's say 5 of the 8 shots are pretty level. One Cobra ball is gone, went in the trees, lost. I'll take kind of responsibility for that. So that means there's 2 balls down here that are crushed. One of them has to be a gold, one of them has to be a Cobra. So the first ball we get into, so effectively this is the shorter, that is the G, that is the gold. The £90, $100 driver off Amazon is only 2.5 yards behind the Cobra ball. That's just a blank ball, there's nothing on that one. Crazy. There's not a lot in that at all, which is baffling considering the price differences. Let's have a bit of a recap of that. And by the way, those 2 tee shots were only this far away from the hole. They must have been 300-yard plus drives for both of them, which is impressive. Okay, so first thing first, I'm not for 1 minute saying go out and buy this driver, but God did it perform. You know, I smashed it and it stacks up against my driver and it's done really well. There's going to be limitations, it's not custom fit. Say it was $100 from Amazon. It's not premium, but this is what kind of brings me to the point with, if you are a new golfer and you don't know the big brands, you don't know your TaylorMade, your Callaways, and you don't know how much golf is going to cost, this isn't a bad entry level. All the thing you might know about golf is Tiger Woods. Well then, to go into a golf shop, which many of us, I recommend people do, but to go into a golf shop, it can be quite confusing, it can be quite complicated. It's almost like me going into a camera shop. I know nothing about cameras. I just want to be guided to what's the best information. That's why I often buy online. But this driver Cost me $100. It's gold. I tricked a guy in the driving range to think it was worth £800. If I said it was worth £800, he'd probably believe me. And when I hit it, I smashed it. So it's not all bad. It's a good drive. I didn't think I'd say that 1 minute. I thought it was going to be a load of rubbish. I thought it was going to go everywhere and it was going to be super, super inconsistent and cheap. But it's good. As I mentioned, I'm not for 1 minute saying go and buy a driver online or buy a gold driver or whatever, but I think you've got to understand that golf is complicated sometimes and products can be easily sought after online. And for a driver like that I picked up for hardly any money really, for $100 for it, it's stacked up against some of the big boys. Guys, thanks for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. If you did, smash that like, make sure you subscribe and leave me a comment down below. Were you surprised by the performance of that driver? And if you ever bought anything online that has shocked you, that's been really good. Thanks for watching, guys. Stay tuned, lots more to come, and we'll see you next time.